Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is Monday, March 25th, 2019. How's your bracket, huh? How's that bracket? Busted yet? Yeah, pretty much it's all around. I don't think I think there is like a handful still perfect, but that's going to change. But again, as that's kind of an easy tell, it's going to happen. They're going to get busted. So how's everybody doing? Welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope things went your way this weekend. Hope you got plenty of rest, plenty of family time, plenty of hanging out, plenty of getting ready for this week. And here we are, Monday, already off and running. And man, is it brutal! It's brutal. So today is Monday, and that's sports and leadership. And we're talking about sports and leadership. And in today's sports and leadership question is one that just chaps my hide because it's something that's done with impunity. They have no regard for anybody or anything. They just go out there and say, you know what? Give us $20 million or we're going to rat you out. And that's right. I'm talking about famed celebrity. And when I say celebrity, I'm talking Stormy Daniels. Celebrity attorney Michael Avenatti has, he's got a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. It seems that he went off and him and a unnamed co-conspirator, and I'll get to that in just a second, unnamed co-conspirator partnered up with a coach from somewhere in South California and went up to Nike and said, hey, look, we need some money and we need like up to $20 million worth of that money or else we're going to rat you out. Nike's going like, what the heck's this guy talking about? Well, apparently this coach, he ran this operation in California. And for the past several years that Nike was sponsoring up to $72,000 a year. But Nike said, you know what, that's enough. You know, obviously they weren't getting a return on their investment. I understand it. That's how business works. So they pulled out of it. They stopped. So this guy went off and got himself a famed attorney and another unnamed co-conspirator. And well, as of just before I went live, it was another celebrity attorney, Mark Geragos out of California. So these two jokers got together and they actually tweeted, this is from his tweet feed today about around lunchtime today. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., we will be holding a press conference to disclose a major high school/college basketball scandal perpetrated by Nike that we have uncovered. This criminal conduct reaches the highest levels of Nike and involves some of the biggest names in college basketball. Of course, you know, right in the middle of March Madness, Nike's about to releases their quarterly earnings. So these guys are really trying to hit the pocketbook and trying to knock things down. But you know what? Nike's already suffered their own downfall, their own stock value downfall when that was it North Carolina basketball player, his shoe blew out, and so that took care of that. So now these guys are just out for the quick buck. Sound familiar, Michael Avenatti? And I say this because, again, he's been all over the news. So he has put himself out there. And so, you know, this guy did himself in. So what does Nike do? What does Nike do when they say, hey, give us $20 million paid over? Guess what they do? They go straight to the police. And folks, when you're being extorted, that's where you need to go, straight to the police. And they said, hey, look, here's the deal. And so this guy, I'm not kidding, this guy tweeted like at lunchtime today, right after lunch, he was arrested. And then now his co-conspirator, the Wall Street Journal is reporting on Twitter right now that Mark Geragos is that other co-conspirator. So it's like, you know, this thing is just nonsense. It's freaking unbelievable. I mean, here are people just trying to do good. Here are people that are just trying to make it. And these guys with impunity walk up there and just say, hey, give us $20 million or we'll call foul. There probably was nothing going on that was wrong. It's $72,000 a year. I highly doubt anything was going on there. There'd be too many people involved in this for too little money. Too little money. Too little in the amount of money being paid. $72,000 a year, that's one person's annual paycheck. Okay? But for the amount of people that these people are talking about and they're mentioning and in the investigation, that would just be like, you know, pennies. And that's not going to work. Not in this day and age. You know, when there's people just walking hand in hand, the girlfriend leads them wherever, and they're making millions of dollars on Instagram. When there's somebody just putting on makeup, when there's somebody selling a sex tape and makes millions of dollars and becomes notoriously famous, or is it infamous? Doesn't matter. What does matter is that, folks, there's people out there. There are people out to make a quick buck. And that, my friends, is bad business. It's bad for business. But kudos to Nike for saying, you know what, we're not going to play this game. Kudos to any business that steps up and says, you know what, we're not going to play this game. Especially if you're in the right. Because again, now, you know, Nike could have opened itself up to any kind of possible litigation, especially if they had paid it. And these jokers would have come back for more money. And then when Nike said, that's enough, you've had enough, guess what? Then they would have spilled the beans. Well, why did you pay them in the first place? Was there something to hide? But when there's nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about. So again, business owners, people come in and extort you, bank. That's what these guys are getting charged with. Extortion, bank fraud, wire fraud, you know, up to 50 years in jail is what some people are already saying. You know, it doesn't matter. It's not worth it. And especially this guy who, you know, obviously he had his 5 minutes of fame with that stripper. And now he wants another 50 years of infamy. Well, guess what? He got it. And folks, that's bad for business across the board. That's not a lawyer. That's just good. That just goes to further enhance the stereotype of lawyers. So you got these two famed attorneys, and what do they go off to do? Do something that just goes and creates more bad reputation for that vocation, for attorneys all over the world, all over the country. Good ones, bad ones, mediocre ones, it doesn't matter. If this is just perpetuating the stereotype, and again, that's bad for business. So y'all take care. It is Monday. Do the right thing. Keep doing the right thing, those of you that are doing it. Everybody else, keep hustling, keep grinding. I'm Dave Guerra. This is Let's Have a Chat, Sports and Leadership Edition. I will talk to you. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so tomorrow it's in the news. So let's see if we can get that taken care of tomorrow. Have a good day.